What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Revolution. I want to jump in today to give you guys an overview of the new patch and what we got. Yeah, and then I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of videos detailing everything. So let's start out with the main component, which is the Pegasus update, right? The Pegasus update is going to be one of those things that I think most people are going to be interested in because it's going to be a way for them to level up characters in the future. But there's going to be some special things here that you need to take note of, and mostly being the requirements in order to actually use the Pegasus base. One, you need to, and to actually what you're going to be working toward, right? So what you're working towards is literally listed underneath the supply stores. The Pegasus base, in a sense, is a way for you to accelerate the way you level up alt characters to get to those higher tiers, while also acquiring new storage effects by getting bonuses and stuff like that. So at the top level, which appears to be level 40, the requirement is that you have at least 8 special companions owned, and that you have at least 14 level 50 or higher companions owned, and then that you have at least 8 level 120 or higher heroes. So basically they're telling you that you need to have all of the characters that initially started out in the game at level 120 or higher, and then you need to have a squad rank of 300. These requirements are a little nuts, but right now at what I'm sitting at, I'm basically at level 19, 20, and you can see the requirements there. So this is going to be an undertaking and task in and of itself. I think I'm like maybe at 220. Yeah, I'm at 223 squad rank. So just to reach that squad rank is going to really be hard, but it gives, I guess, something for you to work towards. The other thing that is going to basically do is going to enable you to complete missions that you haven't completed for characters essentially inside the game. So for instance, like in New Stark City, you can see there's surprising missions available inside here that I could complete with my Doctor Strange. Now, I've completed mostly everything in the game in order to do things, but you can see that there's some stuff with Doctor Strange that I yet to complete. Those are mostly surprise missions because I just ran past the surprise mission. I don't really care about those, but apparently a lot of those surprise missions actually include some rewards, and you might want to you know, capitalize on getting those rewards. Like you can see for Hydra America, I completed all those. Now there's not very much incentive other than the gold, and really, to be honest with you, there's not very much incentive to you complete some of these missions inside here, because why is it telling me that, oh, these are unavailable because I completed them, or I don't know. Okay, so you can see that there's some missions inside here that are actually worth you completing and doing, but you can see how it's locked out for me to show what missions that I have completed, like all of Hydra America is completed. Now the interesting thing is that you're going to need those tickets, right? Those tickets are going to be need to be acquired, and I believe those tickets were going to be acquired through Training Grounds. So if you go over to Training Grounds, and now the event supply box is up here, and then your rewards, I believe those was in there. Yeah, there you go. So these expedition guide tickets, they need to be acquired from the Training Grounds mission. Now, of course, they're going to be also included as part of marketing inside the pay shop, and you to acquire those as well. So be on the lookout for those. But that's essentially Pegasus base. Now, the interesting aspect of it, I'm gonna have to play with it later, and I'll give a little bit more in-depth review on it. But it seems as if though you have to be logged into that character, while that character that you're trying to just alt level up. I'm not sure how I feel about that, if that is the case, because then I basically have a downtime, and I don't really want to have my character sitting with my screen open doing nothing and waiting for a clock to just run out. I mean, I could do other things while the mission is running, but the thing is that I'm leveling up alt characters. A little weird, especially because it's a phone game, but I get it. I like for this level of thing, I get it, you know what I mean, because it's something a lot of other games do, and it's just a way for you to level up alt characters. My main problem with Marvel Future Revolution doing these things is the pay model does not support a toon collector, and the game seems to be drifting from the MMORPG aspect of it into this MMORPG toon collector amalgamation. Like if you play Marvel Future Fight, you understand that that is a toon collector. You are literally just collecting toons in there that you can then play things over and repetitively with the game. Like if I go play Lost Ark, for instance, they want me to develop a whole squad, right? But a lot of the things to level up my squad and become powerful are inherent to the game. I mean, I don't have to pay for them. I just literally acquire them through playing the story. This is a little bit different because they want me to pay for these things. They want me to pay for special costumes. They want me to pay for regional costumes. It's different. This is not, yeah, I don't get that. I'm not feeling that at all. Right. So the next thing that I think that most people are going to be interested is the Marvel Mall purchases. So let's start out with the overall thing that I feel negatively about. Essentially, that they're going to be showing you that you as the player are basically incentivized to purchase battle badge alloys and Magneto reward tickets, which is another way for them to increase the potential growth gap that they keep talking about. While they keep talking about trying to eliminate or trying to, you know, reduce the potential growth gap in the game, in one hand, they then pass us in the other hand a way to increase the potential growth gap. So what my interesting thing is that I would really love to know is the marketing team talking to the development team, because then I would understand, like if Alice Pac and Danny Koo are saying that we're trying to limit the potential growth gap by implementing things like Pegasus base and so forth like that, but then the marketing team is responsible for putting these things into play. I could understand and be like, hey, you guys really don't know how to scratch your ass because your teams aren't talking. But I understand this happens in organizations a lot of times. But that would at least give me some kind of insight as a content creator, as a player, as to what's going on, because you can't tell me that you're trying to eliminate or reduce the potential growth gap and, you know, do better by the players, but then give whales a means to accelerate themselves well beyond and have the potential growth gap. And there's instances in here where you can see there's like a 1 to 4 acceleration rate for, you know, players who are able to afford to purchase these products versus players who are free to play and aren't. Like, for instance, battle badge alloys, $3.99 is not a bad pack. And I'll be honest with you, this is a pack that I would probably buy because you're basically paying for the crystals and then you're getting reward tickets and stuff. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to point out something to you guys, and I hate to do this, but I'm going to call out a spade and I'm going to call a spade a spade. If you are a person who has commented in my section, in my comments, and I'm not going to call out names specifically, but if at this point you still don't understand currency exchange rates, it's not my problem to educate you. Just call yourself what you are and move on. You're an idiot. I'm going to be 100% blunt. If you don't understand currency exchange rates, you're an idiot. In this game, the best way for you to understand this is that if you go inside the charge shop and you look at the crystal values here that you could purchase for $90, this is essentially telling you that your dollar, American, right, is worth less than the in-game currency of the game. Your dollar exchanges for about a 1 to 6 value, meaning that your dollar is basically worth about 66 cents inside the in-game currency rate, right? But however, if you went inside the bundles, for instance, like they have these crystal supply bundles, you can see here that you're able on a monthly basis for one time, for that same $90, you can come over here and purchase 10,000 crystals. That's essentially telling you that your dollar is worth a little bit more than the in-game currency. So that means that you've been like, I'm spending $1 and I'm getting back 1.1 or 1.2 crystals. It'd be the same thing as if you went on vacation to another country and your dollar was worth more than what that country's was, and you were able to say that I'm getting more from my dollar or I'm getting less from my dollar. In this game, because of the main way to purchase currency, you are getting less for your dollar. Now, that's depending upon where you are and how those ring out. So therefore, you cannot say that you're basic, like if you played Marvel Future Fight, you cannot say it's just I'm paying for the crystals and then I'm getting these as extra, because that's not the case. So when we look at the featured shop, yeah, I'm paying $4 to get 245 crystals, but that's less than my dollar. My dollar is worth less than the crystal package that I'm getting here. You're basically essentially telling me my $4 is only equal to really about $2.50 inside the game. So I'm literally losing out on $1.50 by changing over to the in-game currency. That's what you're seeing. So now the reward tickets and the battle badge alloys have to make up that difference of $1.50 for me to feel like I'm getting my rewards. That's the way this works. Okay, so right now I'm be like, okay, yeah, the battle badge alloys, we have to see how those pan out, but I'm going to be able to buy 2 of them. Now I can only do it once per squad, but then we can move over to like the epic invasion kits, and we can see that players are essentially allowed for $8.99 to purchase seals, and you're basically going to be able to collect these seals in order to accelerate your gameplay. Now it doesn't say exactly how many seals you're going to be able to get, because you have a multitude of chances of getting 5, 10, 20, or 15 seals at very different rates. So whether or not that's worth it to you is a question, right? Conversion particles to me just trash. So you're really just getting the raid reward tickets and the raid rewards, the Magneto, the epic invasion tickets, and then those seals for $8.99. Right now, going across here, things start to get really fuzzy and really shady when you start looking at things, because now you're telling me that I pay $30, so basically $150 every week in order to get access to how many? 3 times 5 is 15 reward tickets and the Magneto seal boxes of 5, right? So basically they're going to allow a whale to outpace you in terms of having more opportunities to get better scores, or having more opportunities to get more seals, because they're going to be able to run the raid, the epic invasion more times than you. So they're increasing the power supply gap in here. My $30 is equal to $16.50 here. So you're basically saying that my $30 is half the price of this. That's essentially what it is. I'm rounding off and being rough here, right? The worst ones that I'm seeing inside here is this store companion boxes. They're terrible. So I'm going to pay for 1-for-1 squad to get a two-star special companion selection box. This doesn't make sense. It goes back to the point that I was making before. Why are we getting making $30 purchases to get things that are not even usable? Like, I can't use a 2-star Hulk or Thor. I can't use them. In order to actually make use of them, they have to be at 3 stars. So anything that's inside the shop should start at 3 stars. But it goes to the same thing, like I said, about the costume boxes. When I purchase these things, I get a 4-star uniform. I don't get a 5-star or 6-star uniform. So you're asking me to purchase this well at less than the value of what I'm giving. That's the problem. Everything in this Marvel and their mall is at less than the value of your dollar. So you're literally going to the casino and saying to the casino, my dollar is worth less than the casino's table chip, and that I'm willing to lose that value when we first step to the table. So I'm operating under. That's essentially what you're saying. This is a terrible supply box inside here. The Hulk summon bundle and the Thor summon bundles are even worse, because they're basically telling you for $50, you are going to get a 10 companion special shards, right? 10. So for $50, you're going to pay $50 to get an unusable companion, because you can't use them. It's just 10 shards. So I could essentially end up even as a whale, right? I could spend $250 and still not end up with a usable Hulk companion. Because let's not talk about the companion summon tickets. Let's not talk about the Omega companion shard boxes. Let's just talk about the companion shards that you're receiving. I can spend $250 and basically only have 50 Hulk companion shards. So that means that I have a unusable, not even a 3-star Hulk in my inventory after spending $250. Don't talk to me about the crystals. Don't talk to me about the companion summon ticket. Don't talk to me about the Omega companion shards, because those amount to chances at getting these other ones. Because the moment that I look at the chances side here, I then have to add all of these other special companions, which reduces the rate at which I might receive Hulk or Thor shards, right? That's the way that works. I know math is a hard subject, but trust me, you'll get it at some point. So those events don't really look really juicy to me. They have some free-to-play ones in here that really just don't make any sense to me. We've got the companion XP bundles for 1,000 crystals, the companion skill bundles for 1,000 crystals. I guess that's just a way for somebody who's going to make those purchases to pay for something else. I really don't get it. Don't forget that, like, this is just me being honest with you guys. Your opinion can differ from mine as much as you want to, but this is just me being 100% honest. Now, the draw event is on. I guess they added in a way for you to view these events a little bit more. I guess maybe it wasn't clear enough. You know, you got to make things more exciting and view for people to see. That's essentially what I take that as, right? Now, coming down to the token shop, I wanted to make special note that inside the special tokens, if you already have Omega points, you can purchase outright a 3-star Hulk or a 3-star Thor. I thought that this was a good add to the game. Mostly because, you know, Hulk is sitting here at 3-star, and, you know, if you're basically paying, but essentially what they've told you by obtaining this is that if you want to directly obtain it, because remember, I told you your Omega points is equal to like $150 inside the cash shop. So at this point, you know, they telling you what a 3-star companion is worth is well over the price, in my opinion. But Hulk looks to be like the best, the better companion, since his skill now has provoke, and we see that provoke is supposed to, you know, everybody has to respond to it. So it'd be a good companion inside Omega War, it'd be a good companion inside Alliance. Alliance Omega War, it'd be a good companion inside a lot of areas like Dimension Duels and stuff like that. So I really feel like he's going to be the one that's good, because he provokes for 3 seconds when the skill lands. He crashes when the skill lands. So it should be interesting to see. And he increases HP, which is the bad part. But Thor's skill, it looks like it's more specialized, in my opinion, because if we looked at him, we basically have a character that deals damage when shock is applied. I believe that really is limited to like Storm and Star-Lord. So I don't really know about him, but you know, it could be good, I guess. I don't know, but the Hulk looks like he's going to be the better of the 2 companions if you wanted to use them for, you weren't playing Storm or you weren't playing Star-Lord, that you might want to look at using a character like Hulk, because the provoke and the changes to provoke makes it intriguing to me in that regard, right? So you have those events inside there. The normal tokens, the consumables, they did add a way for you to purchase the Magneto reward tickets, along with the you can then purchase crystal reward tickets, and these are weekly. So this is another way for players to be able to jump out ahead of the you know, of the pack, because if I basically spend 1,000 crystals, I'm going to get 10 more extra tries at seals, which is going to enable me to more than likely, you know, jump ahead of you in terms of the rewards. The potential growth gap is just being gained inside here. So that's essentially what that's being said, right? Up next, what we have is the Epic Invasion. I've run the event one time, and to be honest with you, it's a lot going on screen. There's a lot of actions going on, and I think this is going to piss off, this event is going to piss off a lot of players, mostly because when you look at the difficulty requirements, get to the end and you notice that the recommended power level for step 5 is 1.7 million. Now, I'm not sure that that is actually needed. I've paid to play this game, and I'm not at 1.7 million. So this is a really big leap in number. I mean, even the minimum recommended power is 1.4 million. Now, I know there's quite a few, let me say not quite a few. I know there's a few free-to-play players who have reached that 1.2, 1.4 million cap inside here. So they'll have access to us, but 1.7 million recommended, 1.4 million minimum. Really? Okay. We'll see how that bans out, but I'm really not that excited about it. The Magneto 10-day mission rewards, not a lot going down here. You're basically going to either be getting Magneto reward tickets or Magneto seal boxes, which is good. And then at the end, you get this Magneto treasure box, which is going to include a 5-star Omega card related to the X-Men, can be acquired at a set rate. Doesn't exactly say what, but I mean, it's an X-Men card. Like, whatever. The relay challenge event is up, so you basically are going to be able to collect seals from completing each stage of the Magneto raid, and then the Magneto battle badge creation event is the one that I think most people are going to be looking at. I'm assuming because the workshop now includes the battle badge, maybe that was the reason that they had to take out, because it's a craft event, maybe that was the reason why they had to move the other half year scamiversary craft event over to Mattis, but I don't know. So basically you're going to need to complete this event, and you can see automatically you need alloys, battle badge alloys, in order to craft things inside here, and you need seals, right? And so if you start at the bottom level over here, Shattered Dream, I don't know why you'd be crafting a 1-star, and I don't even know why a battle badge alloy would be needed to craft a 1-star battle badge, but alas, it is needed. Fatal attractions, right? You can see inside here that you're basically going to need this is quite a few freaking seals inside here. You can see, right? That's a lot of seals in there, and so you're gonna need a whole shit ton of seals in order to craft some of these events. It's a little weird, it's a little off-putting, but we'll end up seeing how this is. Who is this inviting me to a party? I don't know who Gorilla Baby is. I really don't know who that is, but really being insistent about it. Gorilla Baby, I'm sorry, I'm recording a video right now, so I can't join you. The events that they have going on, the Pegasus based commemorative 7-day check-in event, pretty cool, because at the end of the 7th day they get a 4-star region costume selection box. Cool, no problem. God of Thunder, I don't get it, man. This is the wait in terms of time, dollars, and everything else like that. They want you to participate in Omega War 10 times and defeat 20 opponents in order to get a 1-star Thor. A 1-star Thor. I don't get it. I don't really understand, but that's what they're asking for, right? And then when you look at this over here, they have the Hulk Smash event where they want you to participate in dimension duels. You just got to participate, but they want you to play 50 dimension duels to get a 1-star Hulk. My man, 50 dimension duels to get a 1-star Hulk. It seems as if though time and your money are not weighted heavily in this game. They think the things that they're pushing to you or have greater weight than what it is they're asking of you, whether that's time or money. That's the problem that I essentially have with Marvel Future Revolution. Your time is not weighted properly, especially for a mobile platform game, and your money's not weighted valuably. If you look at this on a grand scale and you go, hey, you know what? I feel like I'm getting my time's worth. You know, like when I play Lost Ark, when I play Black Desert, when I play games like Elden Ring, I feel like if I invest time, that what I'm getting in return is weighted properly. And I feel like if I invest my money when I play those games like Marvel Future Fight and stuff like that, I feel like what I'm getting in return is weighted properly. Like when we look at, like, you know, Thanos and Ultron just got released for the game. When we look at those things, ultimately, what we're determining by looking at that game is we're saying, is that costume weighted for my money that I'm spending into it? And if it's not, then we as content creators say, you might not want to purchase this costume because Ultron's not that worth it for you to buy the costume for, because you're going to spend 1,000 crystals for it. You're not going to T3 him, probably not worth it. So I don't spend the money on those. You know what I mean? Like when I go out and I look for a car, I go out and say to the car, you know, is this car worth the money that I'm going to put into it? When I go purchase my CPU, my new phone, everything that we look at in life in general is it worth it? I don't have a problem with the monetization. Marketing has to happen. People have to get paid. But when we look at Marvel Future Revolution, is one of the few instances in gaming where I can see that they're automatically telling you your time and your money are weighted way less than what we're giving you. It's clear, and I don't understand it. I don't really get it. I'm going to bring you guys some more videos to talk about, you know, specializations, Doctor Strange, and things like that. But I'm going to save all these things for breakdowns of other things. You know, we'll get into a whole the good, the bad, and the ugly series for those. I've got to level up, obviously, my shifting sands, and I've got to level up my, what is it? Yeah, the ether ability as well, because this is obviously going to be needed. I'll show you guys later with the epic invasion, but this is going to be needed inside there. It's, in my opinion, this is going to be needed, even though I can't tell what the hell's going on the screen for this epic invasion. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Until next time, guys, peace.